Stadium for BoB Bhutan Women's National League 2026. Today's match we have is between
Ladies and
City
gentlemen,
Women's
Kuzangpo and
versus
welcome to
GELEPHU.
Changlemetang, where once again, after the resumption of the domestic league here in Bhutan, we have here the Women's National League, THIMPHU City Women's, facing off against GELEPHU Girls Academy FC, who until yesterday was sitting at the top of the league here in the women's division. Both teams coming off of a long break. The national squad did go out to take part in their international duties. The women's side, fresh off of the SAF tournament, started with the loss to Nepal, followed up with a strong win against Sri Lanka, spearheaded by the national squad captain and right now THIMPHU City's captain, Pemachuran Sirring, who had a hat-trick in that match, lost narrowly to India 1-0 and back again in action here in THIMPHU. We have again a reminder, THIMPHU City Women's in red and GELEPHU Academy under 20 in yellow as we await the national anthem to kick things off. And here are the starting 11 for both sides as we head into the matchup here over the Changlemetang for THIMPHU City Women's. Their Nepali goalkeeper, Leela Joshi, turning 21. Pemachuran Sirring, their captain as always, number 6. Somchuran 4. Kramazamo 9. Priya Kale 11. Jameng Churan 12. Sunita Rai 13. Tanin Tamang 14. Melam Chucky 19. Holali Ativo 28. And Sringyangdin 29. On the other side, GELEPHU Girls Academy under 20. Tekiazom, their goalkeeper. Somchuran, their captain, number 5. Susmita Subha 4. Tsindu Pelzom 6. Sangyongmo 7. Jimmy Churan 8. Pema Dekar 9. Sringhamo 10. Churtenzamo 11. Sringham 14. And Somchuran 15. Both teams capable gunners all round throughout the entirety of their positions, completely filled out with goal scorers. For THIMPHU City Women's, they are currently unbeaten. 2 games played, 2 wins, not quite the volume as the rivals today, but both have been strong outings. It was a 4-1 victory against GELEPHU Academy, but the under-17 side, in which Holali Ativo had a magnificent hat-trick starting from the 49th minute. Sunita, the other goal to put them up 4. As for that matchup against Transport United, it was Pemachuran and Holali Ativo found a goal each, alongside an own goal, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But again, Pemachuran Sirring, the captain, is coming off of a fresh hat-trick against Sri Lanka, so no question with regards to her form. They do have Sunita completing that front 3 as well, so hopefully we should see them go out guns blazing. As for the other side, GELEPHU Girls Academy, until yesterday, when RTC found... Before RTC found their 4th win, they were the table leaders, up at 12 points, only 1 loss, which came in a thrilling 4-5 match against Ugan Academy Women's. But otherwise, it has been 4 solid wins, 9-1 against Funsling, 8-3 against Sirang, and 4-2 versus GELEPHU City. Their last match, a 2-1 win against the under-17 side. And so far, their roster and their goal contribution speaks volumes. Their captain, Somchuran, hat-trick against Sirang, hat-trick against Phunsaling, and a brace against GELEPHU City. And plenty of contributions on the other side as well. Susmita Subha had a goal, Sindhu Sirring 2 goals and 1 more against Ugan Academy. And we have Tring Hamo, who has a goal scored across 5 matches, a brace in that one against Ugin Academy as well. So a lot of expectations on both teams. The referees for today, Tsiring Charan, assisted by Tanit Tsiring and Himkumar Chetri, and the fourth official for today, Birman Limbu. As we await the whistle to kick things off. And there is the whistle for the kickoff. Sang Gyongmo gets the first touch. Had a goal versus Tirang. Had a goal against GELEPHU City. Haven't found one for herself since. But no question, under head coach Tankamaya, this squad alongside the under 17 juniors, which are coming fresh off of a brutal victory. Broke the record for a women's set, which was 16. Mashed it and topped it with 18, I believe. But right now, still their first match in a long while. A lot of players to watch on the field here today. But let's see what they have in store for us. THIMPHU City, on the other hand, head coach Lakshmi Suba has been brilliant. They have placed a lot of faith in their new signing Holali Ativo up front. Total of 4 goals in the campaign for THIMPHU City. Only 2 matches as well from their side, and right now the only one to even have a shadow of hope to meet RTC's perfect win streak. 2 wins, no draws, no losses. And right now GELEPHU Academy looking to find an answer to shut off that win streak. They are currently tied with RTC, only below because of their one loss. That one loss painful against Ugin Academy, but again, the partnership to look out for up front will be Holali. Her pace alongside Sunita mirroring that explosiveness and burst of pace on that other wing is a lethal question for any team here in the Women's National League over in Tier 3. And so far it has worked. Their last match was a long time back, the 9th of May. But the core of their squad has been involved in Bhutan's international campaign in the roster for the Dragon Ladies. So not quite expecting a drop-off in form, but a quite first couple of minutes here in the Women's National League. We have come to expect quite ridiculous scorelines. Openers right inside the first minute, and right now it is becoming quite pleasant to see these matchups turn out into proper and brutal matchups. As THIMPHU City, early initiative, gets the first corner of the match. Taking it is Sunita. A lot of targets. Pemacharan capable in the air. Holali as well. Delivery. It is played short. A header and an early opener in from THIMPHU. Jamyang Charan with the opener, haven't found the net for herself throughout their 2 matches, but what a way to get her first in their 3rd match, and the lead already inside the 3rd minute. Well, right as I said it, we are back to the ridiculous pace we have pretty much grown accustomed to here in the Women's National League. GELEPHU Academy by no means a team in the middle or even the bottom section of Tier 3 right now. But this is their first proper test. Their matchups have been against GELEPHU City, which have done fantastic, surpassing all expectations. Their matches haven't been broadcast, or at least the ones that were played down in GELEPHU. Did get to see them play once here. Do believe it was against Tirang. But again, GELEPHU Girls Academy and their under-20 side, they have played against not the best of opponents they could have gotten. It was Finsling, it was Tirang Ugin Academy. Their first proper test ended up in a brutal 4-5 loss. Lots of drama in that match. And given the capability of these youngsters, can't really count them out despite conceding that early. Their goalkeeper, the Kianzum, otherwise a fantastic shot stopper. Just too many options, too many outlets to scan for. As GELEPHU Academy can't quite get a touch in on the other end. Typically, a struggle we see with most teams is the fact that they can't progress the ball as deep as they would like to right up in front of goal. But right now, the under-20 side not facing that problem. There is a brilliant through ball up. They zone position perfectly against the movement there from the captain. Pemachuran attempts a flick off to that right, but not enough power. A bit awkward on that contact. Off on the right flank for GELEPHU Academy is a really pacey little winger. Chorten. Only 2 goals for her right now against United Finsling. But by no means to be discounted out as an unfortunate stumble for Molali. Got past Sonam and Deki, but couldn't quite stay on balance as another unfortunate stumble. This time a clash between Chorten and Pemachuran. And in the midst of it all, breakaway on that left flank. Sunita. Well, what a turn of events we are having here. Breakdowns on both ends. They are one of the better teams, and right now the confusions of getting back into a proper tournament after a long time does seem to be taking its toll on both teams. THIMPHU City right now do have the comfort of an early opener courtesy of Jamya, her first in this campaign. But they are not taking it easy. Usually at this point you would see most teams chill, which is not typically the football most people would like to see. Haram football as it has been dubbed. But the beauty with the matchups here in the Women's National League has been the fact that they are ruthless. The high volume of goals we have seen forwarded towards many oppositions is a testament to the ability and the mentality that these girls have. And right now, GELEPHU Academy, despite the early deficit, not quite backing down. Jamyang tracking back, gets a foot on the ball, right back to Leela Joshi. Couldn't quite keep a clean sheet in their last match against the under-17 side from the GELEPHU Academy girls. It was a last-minute goal they conceded, but frankly it was because Leela Joshi was out of the game for the entirety of the match. Saw no action, and in the last minute when the under-17 side came forth with a blitz, at that point it was a chilly weather as well, so she was too cold to react properly to that shot. Unfortunate concession there, but likely that she will not make those same mistakes again. It was her debut match, I believe. But it was a strong start nonetheless, as that through ball lets loose that pace from Sunita. But Deki, again, the scouting report seems to have done its work. THIMPHU City and their blistering pace is something that these youngsters will need to be wary of. And as such, their answer seems to be posting their goalkeeper way up front. Not really a sight to see from the youngsters' side, but nice to see that flexibility and adaptability. Intervention there from the referee. This time not quite the reflexes to let it roll past, and it will resume for THIMPHU City Women's. Again, breach past Holali right down the middle, but the goalkeeper positioned perfectly. Multiple times they've denied THIMPHU City any chance of getting forth a shot. There was one time Holali could have netted it past the goalkeeper. Punishment for the fact that she came way off her line. But fortunate for the Academy girls, Holali stumbled, and that was the end of the story. So far, no success. Progressing it deep, THIMPHU City wanting that offside flag, but still possession alive for the Academy girls. A lot of bodies in the way, but that turnaround gets that escape off outlet right towards the middle. And lobbed off finally inside that box, but Leela Joshi nowhere near any of their own teammates as it is sent right back long. Jamyang. Ambitious there, couldn't quite find a teammate, but fought right back. Triang did. This time, Hera misfires, rolls right back. On that left flank, Sunita, her pace gives her plenty of space. But that delivery right in the way of the backline for the Academy side, and it will go out for yet another corner for THIMPHU City Women's. The target for that delivery pretty obvious, right past the goalkeeper. Again, their first goal, courtesy of a corner. It was Jamang Charin who found that finish. This time looking to repeat that same story, delivery, same as before. In the midst of that chaos, a final outlet. Sunita still gets the second chance to get another delivery in. This time gets a shot off. Too high up, too far out. And it will be a goal kick for the Academy under 20 side. Quite a chaotic possession there. Somcharan attempted to needle pass the three, congesting the traffic right at the center line, but can't quite get the control on that final touch. Throw in it will be for the Academy girl, cleared off by the captain. Last touch, Pimcharan. Throw in for the Academy girls. This time played short, Sangyongmo. A bit off on that timing. It is Choten, her pace quite evident on that right flank. But the physicality knocks off that challenge. However, the recovery right there. This time, options, through ball, played up at the edge of the box. Leela Joshi way up front and rolled in. A brilliant effort from the entirety of the front line from the Academy girls. Set up that shot quite beautifully. Had options on the left and right it was. As the Academy youngsters bring it level at 1 each. Ten minutes apart, we already have the second goal in this match. Momentum for both sides. THIMPHU City still looking promising despite not having forwarded one more after that first attempt from Jamil. Typically, you going into this match, you would expect the trident of Sunita Holali and Pimcharan to get the opening, to get the statement across. But it has been Jamyang Charan, and so far not quite the same success from their three. But it does take some getting used to. In that hat-trick from Holali in that matchup against the under-17 side, her first goal came in the dying minute of the first half, and the two quickly after in the second half. So still a long way to go. Sunita gets it under control. Holali Pimcharan looking for that run, possibly offside. But no matter, rolls right off into the Kiazam. Confusion there. Sunita against Chotin. Both extremely pacey wingers on the same flank, but not quite the face-off that they need. It will be trouble, however, for the wing-backs on both sides of the ground. Frantic clearance there, throw in for THIMPHU City. Ambitious cross up front. Holali did almost get there, so not quite the worst effort they could have made, but the Kiazo got it right under control. Missed pass there. Jamyang slips. Fortunate for the under 20 youngsters. Outlet off to the wings is Smita. Despite positioning herself deep inside their own territory, she did manage to somehow get a goal against the under 17 side in their last match. So again, can't really count any individual out. The beauty with this academy side is the fact that every individual on their team is fully capable of rounding out any position. Has been the case as well with the men's side with Coach Karmadema. And seeing the same philosophy despite the different coaches. A slight miscommunication there. Holali let it roll for Pemachuran. And in the midst of that timing, it was the Kiazam who found the perfect gap to get a hand on that ball. This time, it is Priya Gale. Does make that run on that right flank, but looks like they simply gave up on that final stretch, and it will be a goal kick. Silent stretch in the last 5 minutes. Not quite the action we'd like to see, but Sunita this time decides to invert. Pass delivered, crossed out to that other side. Prekale, Dekiazom. A bit reckless on that challenge. Did all she could to deny that cross or even that shot. Past herself. As it earns THIMPHU City an opportunity from dangerously up close. Not quite enough to warrant a card or a warning from the referee. Simply an unfortunate collision, but hopefully the youngsters do not come to regret that challenge. Karma Zangmo. The opportunity to make it 2, and she netted without any difficulty at all. Brilliant strike past the outstretched hands of Dickie Yazum as THIMPHU City gets their lead back, makes it 2 against the youngsters 1. With that goal, THIMPHU City do look awakened. Pemacharan gets it right off. That effort from Holali. Recovered back. It is Sringhamo. Pass played out. Karma on the recovery for THIMPHU City. Two down on that challenge. The whistle finally there. Jamyang is being held out, but she does look capable enough to walk on her own, which is a good sign going forward for THIMPHU City. She was their opening goal scorer in this match after all, and despite the 1 goal lead, it is not quite safe against these youngsters. They like coming back from these kind of situations. It is where they thrive, when they have a little bit of pressure and a little bit of motivation to get things going. It was the same story against an academy where they couldn't quite find the finish, but they made it tight nonetheless. Brilliant pace there from Pemacharan. Can't quite find the assist over to Sunita, who was completely unmarked right outside that 6-yard box. Throw in, played inside the box, laid it down, but Chorten recovers out. A lot of challenges in the way. A triple team forwarded out to the City's captain. Brilliant move there from Pemacharan. Now a double team poke right out between the legs. Sringham forces it out for yet another City corner. Again, typically you wouldn't really expect much, but here in the Women's League, and especially with THIMPHU City, these corners have proven especially dangerous. This time delivery perfect. Holali gets the first touch, turns around and a powerful spin around. but will not find the inside of the goalpost. It will go out for a goal kick. Poked off from Jamyang. Somcharan. Smart move there from the youngsters, playing it safe back to the goalkeeper, waiting to restart. THIMPHU City are pressed up. Sunita gets that interception, has that pace, left-footed delivery, this time right towards the goalkeeper. Decent delivery this time around from that left flank. Sunita backtracking, will need all the help they can get. GELEPHU Academy, not her side they will want to underestimate going forward. Plenty of time left, 20 minutes still until we hear the end of the first half. Karma. Not quite sure how to point it out, but does feel like desperation is building out on both sides. Despite being in the lead, THIMPHU City are not comfortable, are not looking comfortable at all. The under-20 side, doing all they can, are creating a lot of chaos inside that field. THIMPHU City, typically a side you would expect to be a lot more disciplined, are slowly and steadily crumbling. They are creating a lot of chances for themselves, however, as Holali is down. But, well, seems to be nothing major. And we are back to a restart from the under-20 side this time. It is the captain, Somcharan. Right now their top scorer as well. A hat-trick, and a brace across 3 matches. And this time, looking for an assist, delivers it up. Gets a contact off of City. And it will be a fortunate opportunity, a moment of fortune for the side of the under-20 youngsters. Again from a corner. A goal went the other way. Baiting it short. This time looking for a delivery from a much better position, but the offside flag denying any sort of stress there for Leela Joshi. Did get a cross off, but was intercepted mid-path, mid-strike. Holali, strong challenge, but still advantage. Holali, seconds offside. As a yellow card from the referee for that display of frustration. Simply milliseconds off from perfecting that timing on that outlet from Karma. But again, not an opportunity that will not come back again. Flicked right back. Ambitious there from Somcharan. Found the response to THIMPHU City's opening 10 minutes after the first goal. But right now has been a little bit silent. Two main factors. THIMPHU City, on the other hand, despite the slow start, are finally heating up. And the under-20 side are looking a bit shaky in midfield. Otherwise, they did look promising, especially around the central area and that right flank where they made multiple runs. Promising ones at that too, but right now they have slowed down. As we resume with a throw-in from Tringyangdin. Played short, intercepted, GELEPHU Academy. Now the chance to progress it smoothly, Pimatekar. Pimacharan, a strong clearance off, but Somcharan right in the way. Chorten again, her pace on full display. It is Somcharan, Chorten right in the middle. But too much whip on that pass, too little power as that attempt from distance is blocked off again. Still Academies. Again, still Academies. Played off long, but this time it will be offside. Promising build-up there. Could have made a better pass there over to Chorten. Had the pace if that ball was played up forward. But as a memory of the past, it will pass on, and the Academy youngsters will have to look for it. And yet another opportunity to get one in for themselves. Made it level once before. Can they make it level once more? This time, delivery deft, and a header from Holali will make it 3 for THIMPHU City. Brilliant delivery. Again, Sunita was getting better and better at those deliveries from the flank. And no mistake this time around. Way above Diki Youngzo, man, inside for Holali, who had nothing but net in front of her. Jordan, again, her pace, a skill to be respected. As she earned the throw-in for the under-20 side. They will choose to play it right down the goal line. A lot of options. Can pass it back. Pass it back, she does. It's into Tsering. Off to Sangyong Mo. Again, marvelously compacted THIMPHU City's defense are looking right now, as it is breached by a lob played up to the far side. But Tsering Hamo cannot quite keep it under control. Almost got it back again, but it is THIMPHU City's to progress with Holali. Not quite sure if that was intentional, but that run surely is. Promising there, had Pimacharan right in the middle, but again, as we have seen, Holali will go for goal every chance he gets. But this time, it will not work. Far off the woodworks, and it will be a restart for the under-20 side. Jordan, the opportunity to let loose her pace, but the ball rolled out a bit too early there. A 2-goal margin right now, as THIMPHU City has 3 courtesy of a brilliant free kick from Karmayangzom and 2 brilliant headers from Holali and Jamyang. The academy, on the other hand, multiple opportunities getting close to Leela Joshi, but haven't been able to quite provide a threat for the Nepali goalkeeper. For City, Pemachurin. Brilliant possession from the captain. Sunita signaling for that run. Once that ball placed perfectly. Again, this time cuts back. A lot of time. Delivery up to Holali, who cannot keep it under control. It was a relatively decent ball placed from Sunita, but simply unlucky as the academy girls take it the other way. Karmazangmo is dropped down. And an ambitious Hail Mary there from Tsingham will not be the setup their wingers want. It's into Tsering. Placed it up. But despite the pace Shorten has, that ball is way too far out. And the academy girls will keep on trying. Less than 10 minutes remain until the end of the first half, and so far no clear answer. They did get a beautiful first goal. They did get a lot of chances to get their second and third and maybe even their fourth, but right now even that hope has since diminished. Breached pass. Pemachurin sets up Sunita for that shot. Got that ball way too under, as it simply floated beyond the help for anyone. And back to a restart it is for the under-20 side, as head coach Tanka and her squad will need a proper answer. Going forward, it is not like they are completely being outclassed here. They have the capacity, they have the hustle and the heart as well to get something going from them. But right now, it is pandemonium. Over at Changle Mitang, not quite the touches, not quite the passes they want getting forward. On the other hand, Holali has awakened, so has the rest of their squad. And it is proving to be a much more comfortable path as Chorten. Again, that pace battle against Sunita aside for the ages over here in the Women's National League. Gets an outlet out, recovered off of Jamyang, who gets that final touch. And the space header off to Karmayang Zom, poked right out Jamyang. And yet again it rolls out as that attack fizzles out without any promise. Back over to Leela. The pressure from the under-20 side seems to be working. They do get a foot in. Outlet intercepted by Chorten. Well, it was a promising build-up nonetheless. A header from the under-20 side, but not quite the calmness. Jamang Chorten sets up that long ball. Dikya Azom position perfectly. In fact, this time around again sends it right down the middle. Taking on that assignment is Karmayang Zom. An outlet out is available. They do take it right back out to Susmita. Tringham right down the middle. Sangip back to their captain. Chorten is posted deep. Typically, given her ability, you would want her posted much deeper inside enemy territory. But her dribbling skills no less as well, but simply the pass cannot get past. Again, Priyagal is struggling on the right wing today. Multiple missed opportunities from number 11 for THIMPHU City. Despite the trident they have set up, it is proving difficult again and again, especially on that right flank if either Holali or Pemachurin is not there. Sonam, ambitious there, but recovered by Jamyang. A body in the way. Chorten gets that recovery, passes it right back to Sonam. Again, their pass is simply not in tune as Holali breaches past Dikiyazo, making that run. An empty net, and Holali makes it 4 for THIMPHU City. A marvelous run from way downtown. But not much she had to do in between. Well, it does seem like Holali is down. Initially was celebrating when she went down. But right now that does not seem to have been the best of decisions. Does look like an issue with the hamstring or either cramp. But at this point in the match, she has done her part. A comfortable 3-goal difference. Couldn't quite manage a clean sheet again. This was the scoreline against the GELEPHU Academy under-17s. And they managed to somehow get that final score right before the end of the first half. There's a couple of substitutions being prepared for the side of THIMPHU City. It is Milam Choki coming out and coming in Som Choren. The third Som Choren, in fact, in this match. And Priya Gale coming out, coming in is Pimayang Zom. Again, to avoid any form of confusion, there is one Som Choren that just came in for THIMPHU City. There are two Sonam Chorens, the captain, number 5 and 15. For the under-20 side. And again, there is one more, number 4, Som Choren. For THIMPHU City. So I'm looking promising, but that run offside. And that flag will force the restart. Sringhamo cannot quite get that final outlet off Pemachurin. Again, the fantastic footwork outlet not quite there. Sunita now on the right. Interception. Might be one of the few promising chances they get. It is up to Sringhamo to set it all up. Handed it right over to Sangyo one more and back over to THIMPHU City. Jamyang. Again, a beautiful first touch there from the captain of THIMPHU City. Set up that space quite wonderfully. And that left flank this time, not quite the pace the academy girls had to worry about. till now, as Karma again had that shot from distance the first time around. The second will not be enough, as we are seconds away from witnessing the signal for extra time, and 4 minutes it is. Played right down the middle, the connection. Fantastic outlet pass. Jamyang gets it right back. Fantastic series of one touches from the young side, but Jordan, right when it counts, decided to position herself way beyond her defender. Bema. This time, no mistake on that left flank. Might have let it roll for a bit too long. That angle narrowed itself beyond any sort of redemption. As Jamyang, unfortunate decision to let it roll. And it will be a throw-in for the under-20 side. Sunita gets it right back from with a brilliant pass there from Pema, but what a defense there from Susmita. Snuffed out that attack with a brilliant read and footing. And now back the other way. This time that run time to perfection, I believe. Chorten, flag still down, cuts in. A foot in the way. Caught by the edges of that boot. As THIMPHU City takes it the other way, but right back it is the under-20 recovering. Susmita lobbed it right down. That pass back, intercepted by Sunita. Again, chaos erupting. Delivered right down the line. And Tringham, job well done, keeping it out of reach from Pemachoran. Holali, brilliant burst there, passed into Tsering. This time the pass not quite there. Jamyang will get an effort from distance. Deki, quick feet there, agile from the goalkeeper. Not quite sure if that was on target, but brilliant nonetheless from the goalkeeper, taking no risks. Karma, stolen off by Susmita. Tsering Pelzom lobs it off to that flank. Chorten does have the pace, but might have rolled a bit too far forward. Not quite the spin you want on the pass from that sort of range. Plenty of options to work with. Pemacharan is dropping deep. Olali helping out as well, but will not be enough. Forcing it down that left. Tringhamo making that run for herself. And poked off, and there will be the whistle to signal the end of the first half. So far, brilliant football from both sides. It is a lopsided scoreline, but the events here at Chang Limitang not quite so. Hopes still alive for head coach Tanka and the under-20 GELEPHU Academy side, but they will need to work their level best to get back in. As for THIMPHU City, much more comfortable. But still, they will want a bit more going forward again if their campaign is affected by any sort of way with a loss or a draw or any other setbacks, then goal difference at this point will be a major factor. And some teams, considering the fact that they held teams down 16-0, 18-0, 12-0, well, they will need to do their level best. But until then, this was your commentator, Ugintish Toji. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back to the action here at Changlemetang, here at Tier 3 of the BoB Women's National League. See you again as we resume the second half. Well, ladies and gentlemen, THIMPHU and welcome back to an explosive start to the second half. Well, Lali almost managed to get that final touch in, already had one. Right now she has a brace. Almost made it 3. Dangerous start there. Caught the youngsters completely off guard. But did well holding on to whatever they could do against that outburst from the THIMPHU City forward. Karma. Again, the story of the first half so far, they have matched the scoreline they produced against the under-17 academy side. As this time looking to widen it further. Sunita, brilliant delivery, final touch. Can't quite get it in. Still chaos inside the 6-yard box. A lot of bodies in the way and deflected high and above. It will go out for THIMPHU City. That was a sub in my Yangzong. Almost made it 5 for THIMPHU City. But they will have to earn it through other means. That one will not fall in. Brilliant save there from the goalkeeper, the Kianzom as well. There's the whistle. Deft delivery. Header strong. Simply off target. But ever so close to one more. This time the other way looked promising, had a promising start. But as they progressed deep into city territory, couldn't quite find an angle to get an outlet off. Sent back the other way, Taniwangmo in the middle, Pimicharin flicks it up and above. Holali, the pace to get it past the goalkeeper. Does not look like she will need a shot. And she has a hat-trick already. What an explosive 2 minutes it has been since the whistle to kick things off in the second half. And in an utter display of domination, shot after shot, but not much they could do there. A hat-trick in the span of 16 minutes. Had her first in the 31st. And THIMPHU City do not look like they will be stopping anytime soon. Holali a bit too ambitious there. Caught that ball right in the guts. But the other way, Chorten, despite her pace, not being able to win in the physical department against Taniwangmo. Karma had a fantastic free kick, had a wonderful attempt as well. But still only one for the number 9 for City. Right now, the other way, Jimmy Charan. Flicked off long by their captain, Som Charan, right up in front, but again offside. So many flags raised against the offense of the under-20 girls. Again, a sign of desperation and a slight loss of focus. That flag, a matter of milliseconds. As Sunita had to go around Susmita. Sunita, however, gets it back off of the second man. That pace, blistering delivery, deft. But clean tackle there, sends it off, and City will have to settle for a corner. Sunita back at it again, started on that left, but this time her talent on that right towards the goalkeeper. As Holali down again, but will not get the attention of the referee. But no matter, Holali is back up as that throw-in is for the Academy Under-20 side. Throw-in played long. There again, the opener for this match, Jamyang Charin, number 12 for Thimphu City. Placed a beautiful header in past Dikyazom, who, despite her talents, didn't have much to do. As this time let loose Sunita. Her crosses from that right side have been lethal. That left foot has been the same as well. But an unfortunate stumble will send it back out for the Under-20 side. The hustle, ever so present. The pressure from Sunita forces that mistimed pass right down the line, right the other way. Karmayangzom, Karmazangmo, Jamyang. Holali, the physicality not enough to get past Seringlam. Yet another corner for Thimphu City. They have managed to convert one already out of that set piece. A couple of words over for Halali. Again, can't really only put one on 28 for Thimphu City. You will need two, and in the midst of that, a lot of physicality present inside that box. There again, two assignments on 28. Sunita, right-footed. It is a loft right in, and a header from the captain. The second for her campaign, her first in this match. As Pemachuran gets one more in for Thimphu City. Jordan again having to drop deep. Not really the best options they want going forward, but fortunately it is still with Pemadekar. Manages to get a left foot off, and Leela Joshi, her first proper test in a long while from the Under-20, and hopefully that is enough to get their spirits up. The youngsters have had trouble for the past half an hour, couldn't get any proper effort up. The only goal was a response to the opener in the 3rd minute. Netted that equalizer in the 13th, and haven't seen one since. Back the other way, Jamyang Charen timed it perfectly. Holali gets past Dicky again. As she makes it 4 for herself and 7 for Thimphu City. Brilliant pass there from Jamyang. That spin kept it afloat and right in stride for Holali. Strong challenge there from Sunita. Almost won that possession. Heavily posted up. Too much grappling in the way. Rolled right out. It is past Leela and off the woodworks. Right back out. Under 20s. Initiative still alive. Gets a desperate clearance off. Still on the line. Brilliant opportunity. Confusion in the back line for THIMPHU City as that attempt rolled right out. This time will roll out yet again. And the finish clean from GELEPHU. A substitution underway for the under-20 side. It is SOMBUMCHU coming in for the Gyeongsom. Again, a brilliant finish there. And with that, she keeps her streak alive. 6 games where she has scored at least 1 goal. The number 10 for the under-20 side. Scored 1 against the under-17s. Scored 1 against Sirang. Scored 1 against Finseling, scored once against GELEPHU City and scored twice against Ugan Academy. And right now with that brilliant effort, the 6th game she has scored in. Simply amazing from the under-20 side, despite the devastation they are facing against THIMPHU City right now, at least if you look at the scoreboard. But again, the events that are unfolding here at Changlemetang not really being told in its entirety by the scoreline. City taking no risks. That Hail Mary no longer a prayer with Holali up front, and a solid test for their new goalkeepers as SOMBUMCHU makes a fantastic read and a brilliant save against that onslaught from 28. Again, sent right back out. It is Pimacharan committing to that run. As yet another substitution underway. This time Ureta Rai coming in for Jamyang Charan, who has had so far a fantastic game to her name. Plenty of assists. The opener as well. Couldn't have asked for a better performance for head coach Lakshmi. City in possession. Pimyangzom off to Sonam Choren. Again, a lot of Sonam Chorens in this match. 4 already. 2 from each team. There again, one of the Sonam Chorens attempts to get a run in, but a body in the way. And a solid post up there, earning possession and throw in for THIMPHU City. Chorten. It is City who gets out of that 50-50. Holali up front. There are 2 on her. At this time manages to get a pass out, but too far back for Sunita. Does she have the pace to keep it alive? Yes, she does, but the control a bit too rushed on that. No choice, did her level best, but it is now throw in for the under-20s. Still possession for City. Sent the other way. It is City Sonam Choren. The other Sonam Choren on that right back position. Tanong Mutamang. Hands it right back, gets it back. Still City. This time, played out long again. Typically not a strategy you expect to work, but with Holali and her amazing explosiveness posted up front, up top for THIMPHU City, that is working. Pemachuran. Sonam Churan. Off to Sonam Bumchu. Strong challenge from behind, possibly clipped a hand there, but more rush that pass. Final pass a bit too much. Holali position for that run, but that window of opportunity closed up quite quickly. In fact, Chorten making use of her burst, her footwork perfect this time around. That final pass intercepted, flicked off right behind. Pressure mounting on the back line as Somchoran comes out with the escape. It is a 50-50. Sunita. Back to Leela Joshi. Sends it out long. Pemachuran gets it under control. Sunita rolls it out to Somchoran. City signaling for a handball call there, but will not get that. City, again in a moment of frantic, lobs it right back out. And the under-20 the opportunity to restart. Chorten a lot of pace, but again rolled out way too early for her to get her sprint up. Looked promising in the early stages, but stolen off of Sange, forced out into a throw-in. Chorten an option, but it will roll out right down the line. Delivery right off the head of Tanduangmo, and the Academy girls will get a corner. Delivery, pretty deft. First contact was Academy. Pemachuran gets that flick off, rolled right out. Sunita, opportunity to get that run, but the angles closed down as soon as it opened. Retaroy still keeps possession alive for City. Ambitious through ball, clipped mid-flight, but still it is Sunita. Holali posted up front. Marking her is Somchoran. The first defender proving to be the obstacle. Mountain enough to shut off that run. And City will try again. Solid save there from Sompumchu. And a solid throw as well. Brilliant technique from the goalkeeper. Typically, personally not accustomed to seeing goalkeepers make a throw. And a pretty ranged one at that here in the Women's National League. So kudos, hats off to Sompumchu, as this time a run up front by Chorten was positioned outside nonetheless. And Leela Joshi, solid job cleaning up, rolls it right out, back out to Tanwang Mutamang. Perfectly timed on that challenge, but not much there for Pema Yangzum to do, as Holali makes that run. Looked like she ended up stomping Susmita Suba in her path of destruction, as a substitution underway for the Girls Academy, as Sonam Choden, their first goal scorer, is being subbed out. Coming in is Nimo Wangmo. And again, with that, we are down to 3 Sonam Chorens on the ground. Karma haven't really made much of an impact. Solid first half from City's number 9. But again, with the under-20s coming, awakening. In the second half, it has made the midfield for City that much difficult as BoB makes a brilliant run. Again, couldn't quite get a hand in. Sunita, no keeper at the net. Shot! Almost went in. Dangerous possession there. BoB, brilliant read. Simply couldn't keep that ball under control. Unfortunate slip there from the goalkeeper. But it won't matter, not as City will not take advantage. Brilliant timing, at least, on that pass. But we'll need to up the accuracy a little bit if they want to get one more in. Again, with that first goal, brilliant keeping it level 1-1. But with that second, they will need a couple more to get back in. At least they have a solid record right now. 12 points to their name, 4 wins, 1 loss. This is their 6th match. So keeping that goal difference as tight as possible will help them in every way possible. Karmazamo flicks it back off. Pemacharan, plenty of options, decides to go right down the middle. Reta Rai. The challenge from the under-20 side will be enough. Chorten, brilliant trap there, keeps that ball perfectly under control, but that final outlet, not really the best we've seen from her all day long, as Pemacharan sets up that brilliant run. Sunita has Holali right down the middle. If she can get that pass out, will dribble it out past 3, and that left foot, way too ambitious, but does manage to get contact off of the many defenders in her way. And City get a corner. Again, right now, Sunita, all her teammates have gotten goals from every angle possible. She has assists to her name, but it is a goal that she will want. So far in City's campaign, she only had 1 goal. Has 1 goal against, and that was against the under-17s in that 4-1 victory. It was complementary to that hat-trick from Holali Ativo as well. As an obvious whistle, easy whistle there against Sangye Wangmo. Quite a noticeable tug there on that shoulder, and it will earn City yet another set piece early on. It was Karma Zangmo with her magic made it 2 for Thimphu City in the first half. And right now, still a realistic range to get one in past Som Bomchu and the under-20 backline. Already has one. Run up, delivery, deft done. Brilliant save there from Som Bomchu. Not much she had to do in terms of positioning herself. It was drilled right down the middle. Confusing battle for that ball in the midfield. Karma. Off to the left. It is Pemayangzom. Holali. Deciding to take things for herself. Brilliant pass played up. Sunita does have the pace to stay in front of her defender. And again the outlet. If it was planning to find a teammate, it was hours too late. But fortunate for them, they do get another opportunity from Pemacharan over to Leela Joshi. The pressure from the under-20 side, a bit frantic on that pass. As the offside flag on Sunita's possession. Brilliantly timed. And great hands from Leela Joshi, keeping that effort under control. A bit late on that challenge, but it is Cities nonetheless. And right in the middle, Nimong gets a foot in, clean off. Up front, Sring Lamo attempts to flick it off, but misjudged that trajectory a little bit too much. Karma. Again, as the clock ticks on, this match is becoming more of a brutal back and forth, a barbaric exchange between the two teams. Brilliant breach past that press. The under-20 had set up that final pass to Pemacharan. Breach pass, Leela Joshi clears it off, but Chorten Zangmo, no goalkeeper in the net. Keeps it alive, brilliant pirouette. But that challenge on that final stretch earns it right back and sends it the other way. There's the captain, Somcharan, knocked off by Holali. Again, she already has a yellow card to her name in this match. Sonam sends it right down. The header sends it right back. And that touch sends it right the other way as that pass towards Holali intercepted mid-flight. Knocked off whistle for the GELEPHU Academy girls under 20. A bit under a quarter of an hour as that header flicked right back towards Leela Choshi. Again, despite the scoreline, the youngsters are making steady progress. They did get caught off guard by the blitz THIMPHU City put forth right out of the gates in the second half. Got that goal in the 47th for Holali. It was followed up in minutes by the captain in the 52nd, and 2 minutes later it was Holali who made it 4 for herself. But ever since then it has been pretty much silent. The youngsters, on the other hand, responded in the 55th, and right now they do look promising. They are getting a lot of steady positions in, but it is that final pass that has been missing, that final effort. A lot of opportunities to have netted it past Leela Joshi. Right now it will be one more. An ambitious shove there, took the boot right off. A bit too reckless there from Sangyongmo. Has laid it down, and so is a boot. Opportunity. Gets that volley off. But Sange will not be able to keep it under control. Had a fantastic opportunity, all this time in the world, to get that wind up in from the back line of THIMPHU City. Brilliant bit of skill there on Sonam. Has the burst of speed, has the avenues, but will cut back. That is the safest option they have right now. It is a crucial possession. Not much time remain, a bit more than 10 minutes. It is Tringlhamo. Plenty of flair at the edge of the box. Get a final delivery in, but too attached to the ground. That driven effort, easy save there for Leela Choshi. Still Holali, but again a brilliant effort on that defensive end from the under 20 sides. What they can't beat in pace, they are beating in terms of sheer numbers and positioning. Can't help it when they are caught off guard, but in times when they are focused and locked in, they are proving to be a hard team to breach. Ramazangmo. Pemayangzom right in the middle to Holali, but the flag is up. It will be an offside. Well, an unfortunate string of incidences from both teams. But fortune does end up favouring THIMPHU City, who still has possession, but not for long. Still does. Confusing bit of possession there. Both teams struggling to hold on to possession for more than a touch. A City throw in played short. Somchoren took that touch a bit too heavily. Still managed to get a strong challenge in. Got possession back. Pemachoren helping build out possession from behind. Karmazangmo. This time Holali does get a signal in, but that pass makes its way towards the other flank. And the flag up again. Now back the other way. Equally matched in terms of advantage and couldn't quite put it to good use as Pemachoren got a solid foot in. Karmazangmo now sets off that left path in motion again. Brilliant one touch. Still alive. Pemayangzom. Chance for glory. Pass delivered perfectly off to Holali. Sunita left foot over Sonam Pumchu. And finally one falling in for Sunita as a substitution underway. Finally on the scoreboards. Sunita without Holali, who has been subbed off. It is Sangmo, 30. In her place, one of their goal scorers in their opening match against Transport United ladies. It was, in that match, it was Pemachoren, it was Zangmo, and it was Holali who found a goal each, made it 3-1 if I'm not wrong. Brilliant delivery. Up front, only that one-on-one past the goalkeeper, no one at the net, and lobbed off over Somchoren. Sangyongmo nets a crucial one in at the 84th. Her first in this match. But a brilliant one it was indeed, off of the confusion from the backline for THIMPHU City. An immediate response over to Sunita. And right now the chance to get one more in, Leela Joshi. Possession, still alive, shot. Easy interception there for City's captain. Pemachoren, turn around, left-footed. Still alive, Sunita is mashed up against Susmita. And that challenge will be enough. Throw in the other way. Again, opportunity. It is the captain for the Academy side who gets a clean challenge in Somcharan. Twice contact on that ball off to Chorten. A lot of responsibilities on her shoulders right now, but flicked off right towards City's back line, who will send it right back out. They do not have Holali anymore, so can't really take advantage of that explosiveness that got them 4 goals already. Risky pass there from Leela. Barely manages to get it around Sangyongmo. Chorten off to Sange. Only Susmita to beat. But that will be enough. A header does send it right back towards Chorten. And the clearance from Taniwangmo will send it out. Throw in for GELEPHU Academy girls under 20. Sombumcho. Clean inside her box. Sangmo almost got to it as well. Not much time remain. Only a matter of minutes until we hear the end of the whistle. But there is a lady down in the back line for City. And finally the whistle for the evaluation. Solid control there, but simply cannot find a teammate to guide it towards. As Sring Lamo lets it roll, could have been promising. She kept it under control, but right back out to Leela Joshi. As we are in the dying seconds of the second half. Right back out the other way. Sangyongmo lobs it up. Confusion. 5 more minutes have been added until the end of this match. Frantic chaos erupting in possession for both sides. Simply unable to keep it under control as Pimayangsom. Let's lose that pass off to Sangbongo, but intercepted mid-part Somcharan. Strong from Nyima. But will not be enough. Somcharan sends it right back the other way. Sunita this time onside at the edge of the box. The finish not there. The under-20s launch off a brilliant attack, but unfortunate again. Sang Yong-mo is offside. These youngsters have been playing brilliant throughout the entirety of this match. Had it been any other opponent, would have been a completely different result. But THIMPHU City, half of their production came from Olalia Tivo, who had 4 to her name inside the first hour. Has since been subbed out and has since been silent as that prayer front. Close call there for the under-20s, but Som Bumchu with a magnificent read, denying that opportunity for THIMPHU City. And now opportunity for the counter-attack, but unfortunate again. Simply unable to keep hold of possession for more than a couple of touches. City through Pemachurin, however, finally at least a hope, a glimmer of hope for something classy and proper. Ambitious through ball there. Had the vision, but a bit lacking in the part of that execution. And back the other way, Sunita does have a lot of challenges coming her way. Zhang Mo gets that left foot. Smart choice to get it off with that first touch. But it was a difficult test. Some more. Challenge clipped her from behind on that left-footed pass out to that flank. And it will go back out to Som Bumchu. Has been a chaotic end to this match so far. As both teams getting desperate, getting frantic, it is showing in how they played. There is a bit more recklessness and a much higher chaos factor as this match progresses. Pema. Right up to Sunita, dropping deep. This time Somcharan taking it herself on that right delivery, right in the middle, but right towards Som Bumchu it is. Rita can't get that flick off. Sange right back, lobbed up high, and Karma to save the day for City. Left-footed clearance there from Pema. Sets back that run from Sunita, who is looking to play it long. There is Pema Azom. Pemachurin. Well, finally the whistle from the referee. A solid fight from the under-20 GELEPHU Academy girls. A solid effort from them, regardless of the loss here today against THIMPHU City, who continue on with their win streak. Their third match in a row, their third win in a row, and they are right now 9 points. GELEPHU Academy still 12, but they have recently been joined by RTC, who have maintained a perfect win streak. GELEPHU Academy, for GELEPHU, this will be their second loss. Their race for first seed definitely out of reach, but it is only top 6 you will need to be in order to get promoted up to tier 1. But again, solid promise from the future of the Dragon Ladies. Can't really do much against Holalio Tivo, Pemachurin, and the rest of the brilliant lineup THIMPHU City has put forth for this season. Definite contenders will be waiting for that matchup against RTC to see which direction this league table ends up falling towards. But until then, this was your commentator, Oguntesh Tochi. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love for your support. See you guys in the next one.